This episode of the Wise Guy Radio Show is brought to you by Mountain Glass Arts. For the month of April 2016, Mountain Glass is offering 25% off AccuGrind joints. Just put in the code AccuGrind, that's ACCUGRIND, at checkout. And for all you soft glass nerds, they're offering their COE 104 sale on mandrels and bead release. You can get it for 20% off. Just put in the code BEAD, that's BEAD, at checkout. For any further questions or comments, contact mountainglass.com, that's mountainglass.com. This episode is also brought to you by C-Cube Co. C-Cube now creates a wide range of specialty and one-of-a-kind artistic glassware, items such as hand-blown wine crafts, insulated coffee mugs, pint glasses, and custom piggy banks that you can have personalized with imprinting, logos, and color accents that are available. Just go to C-Cube Co, that's SEACUBECO.com for more information. That's ccubeco.com. This is the Wise Guy Radio Show, a podcast dedicated to educating and inspiring through conversations with today's top talents in the world of glass. We will be dissecting their journeys in hopes to deliver actionable content that you, the artist, can start implementing now, helping you grow not only as a creative spirit, but also a successful artistic entrepreneur. With a little organization, relationship building, and your artistic ability, you can obtain greatness. Climb aboard, whether an artist, retail owner, or enthusiast. We have a ton of fun in store for you. Welcome to the Wise Guy Radio Show.
You're listening to the Wise Guy Radio Show.
Hey, what's happening? Welcome to the Wise Guy Radio Show, episode number 98. This is Jay Michael, your host. Thank you so much for tuning in today. With 17 years of experience behind the torch, I am as excited as always to bring you conversations with artists, sharing their stories in hopes to inspire and entertain while helping you grow your business. And today is no exception. Today is going to be a quickie. Today you're actually going to be getting 2 podcast episodes because I want to make sure that episode 100 comes out on 420. And Will Menzies' episode that I just put out was supposed to have come out on Friday. And I was out of town, and one thing led to another, didn't get it done, blah, blah, blah. So, no excuses, but I just want to let you guys know you are going to have 4 podcast episodes this week. So, enjoy the binge, and look forward to sharing these with you. But today, I want to make this one a short one. I have just recently gotten back in town from Orlando. I work out there, but my wife and I went out to a Dave Ramsey get-together called the SMART Conference, which was basically an amazing get-together. There was about 6,000 of us in attendance at a church called Calvary Church out there in Orlando, a big-ass church. But the event was basically all life areas related, health, marriage, family with kids and parenting, finances, retirement, and finding your purpose and setting goals. And today I wanted to share my biggest takeaway out of all the events was from a guy named Michael Jr., who was a comic that came out. Basically the way the event worked out was there was 5 major main speakers that all had about half an hour to an hour each. And then they had their little fluffers that were before them that would come out. And they were around 10 minutes to a half an hour. And Michael Jr. is a comic. I'm going to have a link on the show notes for you all to check out. This guy is inspiring and absolutely fucking hilarious. Like, I haven't laughed. I love comedy. I love, like, Kevin Hart, some of the newer stuff out there. But this dude was absolutely fucking hilarious. It was some of the smartest comedy I've heard in a long time. And there was so much underlying meaning to it all that it was heartfelt and hilarious and awesome and inspiring. And he's not only a comic, but he's also a speaker. And his whole punchline is basically just that. His question to us was, what is our punchline? He explained to us all as a comic, and he kind of went through the process of telling a joke where you set up your joke by bringing your audience on a journey in one specific direction. I apologize, the yawns. I'm sorry. I'm just getting off work. It's almost midnight. I'm pooped. But his perspective was you bring your audience on a journey in one direction, and your punchline comes when you give your audience something that is completely out of left field and out of the blue, and immediately brings them into a different direction. And that's your punchline. Now, his also perspective was the punchline was in life, and meaning as in, what is your punchline? What is it that you are doing in your life that is going to be relevant to your audience, whether it's one person or 5 or 10,000 or whatever? But what is your underlying punchline? What is your life journey been about to bring you to where you are now with the experiences that you've had in your life, to where you can take these experiences and have them culminate into where you are now on your journey, and then share that experience with those around you, and share it in a positive manner to influence them and inspire them to be better human beings and to learn in the same manner. And something I ask of you all is to sit back and on your journey as a glass artist, or whatever journey you're on, but specifically talking to the glass artist, is why the fuck are you a glass artist? What are you doing, and why are you doing it for? Is it because of the money? Is it because you want to be a rock star? Is it because you just think it's cool? Is it a hobby for you? Is it an outlet for your art? Is it a way you support your family? You feed your kids? You feed yourself? You know, there's a lot of different areas for it. For myself personally, it started off as something that I fell in love with. And having an entrepreneurial spirit and wanting to always have my own business, it was something that I found I could use and take and make a business out of it. Now, before Blowing Glass, I worked at Subway for 7 years, and the skills I learned at Subway, which was everything from running a business to doing inventory to ordering materials and stock to employees to payroll, etc. I took all those skills and then transformed that into what was early on in my business life. But I still had a shit time managing my finances because I didn't really have any control over myself and also my money. It just went out as fast as it came in. Now here I am 17 years later, and I'm still learning that process. But all these skills that I've learned over the years through my glass and through the various jobs I've had throughout my life, and the fuck-ups and the adversity and the glass breaking and having a failed marriage and having children and getting remarried, has all come together to where now my glass journey is more of a way that I can talk to people about overcoming obstacles and persevering even when times are at their fucking worst. When you're on your knees and you're begging for your life to whoever you pray to or talk to, just to give you some kind of peace. And getting past that point in your life to where you can get away from and out of that negative funk and have a life and a purpose. Now, our glass is very similar to a life's journey where you have this raw material, you then add life to it, you create it, you manipulate it, you shape it, and it doesn't always go right. It doesn't always have the journey that you think you'd like it to go on. It has its own journey that it takes. Sometimes it cracks and breaks and falls apart. Sometimes it goes perfectly smoothly. Especially when you think about when you're creating, say, a production line of just one specific item. You know, like take a pendant that you've made 1,000 times. You could sit in a day and make that same pendant 5 times, and each time you make it, even though you know how to make that piece and you know what the final outcome is going to be potentially, the journey to get from the beginning to the end is typically very different each and every time that you make that item. And our life is very much the same way. If you look at each individual item that you've made as an individual life on Earth, they all have their own journeys. They all have very similar outcomes, and that outcome is, in the long run, death. And it's just what journey are you going to take to get to that point to leave a legacy, so when you do die and you do leave this earth in your physical, you still leave behind a legacy that will continue on, not only hopefully in your generations that you spawn off, but also in generations of others that you've influenced. So I know this is kind of all the place, and just kind of, I guess, preface the whole thing that I'm talking about is that there was so much involved in this SMART conference. It started at 8 o'clock in the morning and it ended at 5:45 p.m. Like, we absorbed so much that it was coming out of my pores. When it was all over with, I wasn't sure if I wanted to laugh or cry or go to bed or get in a fetal position and tap out. Like, it was unbelievable and overwhelming and inspiring. I mean, I could just go on for 4 days explaining all the different emotions I went through. So it's a little bit all over the place, but to summarize this little here is for you is, what is your punchline? What are you doing in your life as a glass artist? What is your purpose? Do you feel why you're a glass artist? What is it that you're getting out of it? What is it that you're going to get out of it that you're going to contribute to the earth, to the people out there in the world, to your family, to your friends? What's your reason for it? And let me know. Send me an email, info@wiseguyradio.com. I want to know what your purpose is in terms of why you're a glass artist. I mean, seriously, I really am curious. And this is something I would like to share. So I'm not going to share everybody's, but if you give me permission to share it, I will share it. So send me an email, info@wiseguyradio.com. That's WYZGUY radio.com. And let me know. Why is it that you are behind the torch? Why is it that you're sacrificing time away from your family and friends? Why is it that you burn and cut yourself on a daily basis? Why is it that you're sweating your ass off? Why is it that you're not making any money? All you're doing is spending it on materials to learn a craft that cuts and burns and could potentially end your life. What the fuck are you doing it for? I've told you my reasons. It's not all of them. It summarizes it though. But what's yours? Let me know. info@wiseguyradio.com. I love you guys. This is episode 98. And after I post this one, you're also going to get episode 99. So enjoy. And until then, I will talk to you guys on episode 99. All right. I'm out of here. Love you guys. Talk to you soon. See ya. This episode of the Wise Guy Radio Show is brought to you by The Flow magazine. Since its inception, the focus of The Flow has been to provide a bond among members of the lampworking community. In every issue, you can enjoy great content with the hottest artists and cutting-edge techniques using the latest industry products. These features, along with a continuation of our Women in Glass edition, Glasscraft Emerging Artist Awards, inspiring gallery showcases, dynamic general interest articles, as well as health and safety information, make The Flow the leading international lampworking journal. For more information or to subscribe to The Flow, go to theflowmagazine.com. That's theflowmagazine.com.